Hey guys, alrighty. I was starting to make this lemon pound cake, and I'm going through this little, well, it's not a little, it's a big one because I've been doing a lot, but let me get to the point. I'm trying to figure out the self-rising flour ratio so that I can make all of my pound cakes using only self-rising flour, understanding that eggs is the leavening that's in the all-purpose flour, and you really don't even need the baking powder, baking soda, because they normally use so many eggs. We'll talk about that later, but I just want to take you along with my experience of testing out just self-rising flour. So what I did here, let me show you. I want to zoom you too fast, guys, because I was in the middle of cooking. Oh, and by the way, today is January 17th, 2022 in Georgia. And we've got some snow, so I'm in the kitchen playing. So what I did, I sifted this 3 times. Each time I sifted it, guys, I took about 2 tablespoons of flour out after measuring my 3 cups of flour. So I sifted it. I would use a spoon to measure into my 1 cup measuring. And I've also heard, have been listening to some of you guys that didn't know that there was a liquid measure. I'll be real quick. If it's got a spout on it, it's usually a liquid measure. And if it doesn't have a spout on it, it's usually a dry measuring cup. That's just a point. Just wanted to give it to you. I'm trying to stay on basis here. So after sifting and sifting and sifting, I finally measured with a spoon into the measuring cup 3 cups. I'm hoping this is going to help my cake not sink. It's not falling. It's sinking. Now this is my Nordic ware. It's an 18 cup because in the beginning when I was doing this, my cake kept flowing over into my oven. So I'm not a baker. I'm a wonderful cook. I'm learning to bake, and I want to be able to make that perfect Nana's pound cake. All different kinds of pound cakes, and they're going to be coming to you if I perfect this. So hang on with me. And we will see the end result. I'm going to show you the good, bad, and the ugly. All right, so right here, what I've started to do, I started and I stopped and I said, let me just show them. Let them come along with me and just see what we can do. All righty, so in here, I put 2 sticks of butter. I had the 3rd one out here and I was just trying to see if it's too much oil. So it's 2 sticks of butter and 1 8-ounce pack of cream cheese. Excuse my trash, I just wanted to show you. I've already put the cream cheese in here. And like I said, I was starting to do this and I stopped and I said, let me take you guys along. So what we're going to do is just mix the cream cheese and the butter. Just let it get, blended together. We're going to do that for about a minute. Doesn't have to go long. Okay? And then we're going to add our 3 cups of sugar. So stay with me. This is not a how-to. It's just a what if. Hold on. All right, guys. So we've got our 2 sticks of butter, 1 8-ounce, and my butter was salted. I'm going to tell you that. 2 sticks of salted butter, 1 8-ounce package of cream cheese. Now we're going to add our 3 cups of sugar. And like I said, guys, this is not so much a how-to rather than it is a, guys, what if we just use all-purpose flour for our cakes? But the science behind it is the leveling. How much baking soda and salt and all of that is already in self-rising flour. Well, I kept doing it. The cakes were delicious. However, they kept sinking in the middle. They didn't quite fall. They were good, but they were sinking. So it's something to do with the leveling process in it. So what I'm going to do is I was adding 5 eggs then too. So what I'm going to do is try the 6 eggs. And I'm not going to beat it long. I'm going to do that simple stir. Don't really beat it. Not even 2 minutes. Normally your limit with your cakes to keep them from being tough is 2 minutes. So hold on a minute, guys. I want to scrape these sides down real quick. It's a 2-minute, and I'm holding this with one hand, guys. I really started to do this for my daughter. We've got 3 boys and one girl. She cooks well, but you know, you start thinking about recipes, and they would call in, Mama, how you do this? Mama, how you do that? And I thought, well, I'll just make a little journal with this YouTube thing. And because I'm now becoming a grandma, a nana, I wanted to be able to make that perfect, my family's perfect pound cake, because everybody's taste buds are different in their family. So my perfect pound cake might be different from your perfect pound cake, and it has everything to do with what we grew up with, and it's okay. So let's finish this here. I'm going to let my sugar and my butter and cream cheese go for 10 minutes, and I'll be back. Okay, y'all, let me see if I feel her. Okay, great. Alrighty. So we went about 10 minutes. Now I'm going to pour my lemon. That's about a tablespoon. Yes, a tablespoon, not a teaspoon, of pure lemon extract, and about a tablespoon of vanilla. Extract. So that's what I had, and that's what I'm using. Okay, so I'm going to mix this just for a second, and the reason I'm using my beaters, I've noticed too, that when I use my paddle attachment, I'm not getting enough air, so my cake is sinking. I don't know the science behind cakes. I'm playing with it. I'm going to figure it out, and if it works, guys, self-rising flour it is. Biscuits, everything I do in the house, I use self-rising flour, but let me stay on task. I'm going to mix this for a minute. We'll be right back, and we'll begin to add our flour. Okay, guys, now we're going to add our 6 eggs, one at a time, 1 or 2 at a time, either way. We're going to let those mix, get in there really good. That's the first egg, and I'll come back when I'm adding the last egg. Okay, that was the last of the 6 eggs. I'm going to let it mix just a little bit. And remember, I'm going to back up a little bit. I know that's loud. Now at this stage, you can mix and you can whip and you can whip and you can mix. But it's when we add this flour that we really want to be under 2 minutes. I'm going to try it like a minute and a half of getting it mixed up. First, I'm just going to fold my flour in with my spatula so that I don't have a flour cloud, and then we will mix it, okay? Sorry for spinning, you guys. Okay, so at this point here, and it may look a little curdled. We all know that, well, those that bake, and I'm learning that that's okay. That's okay. The most important thing is making sure that everything was room temperature. Now, here's another caveat. My house, let me walk you over because I'm learning about this YouTube family, you know. So a lot of folks can be opinionated, and I'm fine with it, because the one thing about YouTube, I don't understand why people get upset, but I won't preach, is because that they want to tell you what to do. Now, because I'm cooking, it's 64, but this was set at 62 when I went to bed. So actually, I keep my thermostat during the day on 60. I don't like to breathe a lot of heat. I don't like a hot house. And we're in the middle of, just so you can see, packing. We're building. We'll take you along with that when we get ready to do that, in case you guys noticing some things. There's a lot going on. There's a lot going on with packing, but anyways, staying on task. Okay. I'll let you follow along with me, because I'm understanding that people want to learn, but the majority of people are just nosy. So I'll tell you, hit that nosy button. That's what we call it in our house. They call it subscription, but hit the nosy button and you can follow us along. Okay, let's go ahead and finish here. What I'm going to do here is add the flour. And like I said, I wanted to add the flour to the mix, stir it in, and then, y'all forgive me, I'm doing this with one hand. Like I said, I'm not gonna keep saying it because I don't want to aggravate you. I'm just gonna add this here. I'm gonna stir it in. I'm sorry, guys. That was the 3 cups of 3 times sifted self-rising flour. And this is what's something. I'm going through all this, and even if it falls, let me tell you what it is. It's not a waste, because it's delicious. It's not that it's not good. The chemistry of it is just wrong with the baking powder, and that's already in the self-rising flour. And there's a reason that they use all-purpose. But I'm going to tell you this. I'm that person that when you tell me, do it this way, you can't do it that way, I want to know, well, there's people that can't afford to do X, Y, and Z. That means that they can't do it. I don't believe that. I believe that there's a way you can do everything. Now, your end result may not be their end result. But here's the thing. If you happy with your end result, then that's just fine. Ain't nothing wrong. If you happy with it, guess what? Your cake is fine. So, I'm just going to stir this in a little bit, guys. I got to put the phone down for a minute, and I will invest in a stand if this works. Because if it works, y'all, we have 52 different types of cakes, pound cakes that we're going to make together. Hold on. Let me mix this together, and I'll be right back. Okay. Well, I've got it just stirred in. It's not mixed in. It's just, I just hand stirred it in. Okay. Ooh, sorry about that. I'm going to give it a mix for about, about 30 seconds. I mean, I really do see there's a little flour caught up in there. I'll hand stir it once it's finished, and I'm going to do 30 seconds with you guys because I'm just going to count it. I think 30 seconds will be fine. It's a dense cake. That part's okay. You do want everything to be well combined, so at least 30 seconds. And when you think about like our mamas, where I'm almost 60, well 57, I'm not 60 yet. I'll be 57 next month, February. This is January, February 18th. When this goes in the oven, as long as there's enough air lift in it, my theory is that it's gonna hang. I think what was causing it to sink, it was just too heavy. The molecules were too heavy to stay up. So I decreased the butter by 1 stick. That's why there was 2 and not 3 in there. I decreased the butter. Everything was room temperature. I didn't have normally I put so much stuff in it, but I didn't. We're gonna see what's gonna happen. Okay, I think that's it. I was talking, I wasn't paying attention. Let me stir this, I'll be right back. Y'all, I'm telling you something. Let me tell you something. The texture is creamy. Everything looks good. I'm going to have to leave this. Sorry, guys. I'm the worst camera person ever. Okay. You know, sometimes I would watch these YouTube channels and people be all over the place. And I have my own little opinions about it, you know, talking, saying what I'm saying. But it's just like, it's not easy. You know, I need to apologize, though I didn't tell them personally. You know, just stop being so opinionated, because you just never know what it takes a person to do. Okay, I sprayed my pan, Baker's Joy. I lightly sprayed it too, because my pan is pretty new and it's got that coating still on it. So I didn't heavily spray it because I noticed with that butter it was a little oily. So I'm going to try it. Let me get this in here, guys. So doing this with one hand is not working. Let me get this in here and I'll be right back. I'm going to lay it down on my lasagna. Hold on. Okay, I got it in. I sort of got it all over the place. I'm making a couple of things today. But I'm using my convection oven because, hold on guys, because I got a ham in my stove oven. but that's okay. It's an oven. And there. So I got it at an hour and 20 minutes. It says 21, but you know, I'll keep my eye on it. When I smell it, I'll bring you guys back. I made a quick bake, lasagna bake, and in the oven here, I'm just showing you guys, you know what? I'm just showing you what you do when it's cold outside. And this is how you warm your house up. You gotta jack that heat up, get in there and get productive. And because this weather is, there's our ham, guys. Woo, that's hot. Because this weather is acting up, cook you a couple of meals that won't require, that's hot, so much cooking. Okay, so now I'll see you guys back in an hour, maybe an hour and 10 minutes, and we will make sure our cake hasn't fallen. Okay, see you back. Okay, guys. Now, let me tell you, I added 5 more minutes, and I didn't open it because it already, you can't see, I'm just going to open and show you. It did sink. It did sink, and I'm sure the professionals know why it sank, because I used self-rising flour. But here's the thing, I want to see if, it's going to take that off from me. It's pulling away from the sides, and I probably dried it out because I couldn't really see up in there. See how it's pulling away? I couldn't really see up in there to see if it was pulling away from. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Let me close this up. Okay, here's the thing. I'm going to tell y'all. This looks so much better. Hold on, I'm making some biscuits too for my husband. So hold on a second. We'll start shaping this dough. Okay, just to show really quickly what I'm going to do. Okay. I'm going to tell you, for me, it's a win, and let me tell you why. Normally, when I do this, my cake, y'all, it's so sunken right in here. And even though this is sunken, yes, but this is my thinking. I use my 18 cup. But it still should have came up in the middle, right? But let me tell you something. We're going to let this baby sit here for 10 minutes. Let it cool. I got my crispy, crunchy edges, y'all, that I was looking for. It's nice. It's done. It pulled away from the sides. Everything has happened that I need to happen. If it's not gummy in the center, and I've got a nice and fluffy center after it sits for like 10 minutes, I'll come back and let you guys know, and I'm gonna call it a win. I'm gonna call it a win because we know a pound cake's gonna sink down just a little bit when it cools anyway. I'm gonna stop babbling. I'll see y'all back in 10 minutes. Okay, y'all, real quick, we've taken the cake out. I've cut off some of the ham. I just set him in here to stay and warm. The oven is off. It's 436, and I shaved off some. These are the biscuits, and I told you I'm not a baker. I'm a wonderful cook, but I'm not a baker. Y'all, I'm going to tell you, if I can make biscuits and I follow instructions, I probably watched 50 videos in the last 2.5 months. I'm learning how to bake because I'm a nana. So these are bigger than these, but it's okay. It's okay. I'm going to show y'all true to life. But they're okay, y'all. So I'm going to call my husband on in here because he's been waiting on these biscuits. But I took them out. I buttered the top immediately and flipped them over. And from what I understand, that keeps the moisture from settling at the bottom, distributes it back down to the biscuits. It's just a habit that you get into. Anyway, this ain't about biscuits, but he going to have him a ham biscuit. We got some ziti bake, I call it lasagna bake, and got the rest of his food back in here. Let's go back over here to this cake, y'all. And I am zooming y'all because I don't know how to hold his phone right just yet, but okay. Perspective. This is an 18 cup Nordic ware bake pan. You see it rose up to here, and then it settled, which is a normal settle, right? But I didn't get my hump in the middle, and you pound cake aficionados can tell me what I did wrong, outside of the fact, the obvious, that I used self-rising flour. But I want to figure out, I took one of the sticks of butter, y'all remember, so I only put 2, the 1 pack of 8-ounce cream cheese, so it was 3 cups of sugar, creamed 10 minutes, the 6 eggs, 1 at a time, and I did let that go in there. I put my flour in this time, y'all, all at one time, stirred it in a little bit, and then I proceeded to mix it with the mixer for like a minute, under a minute, like a minute, and that was it, and poured it in here. This time, it didn't fall completely in the center, so I'm going to leave it at that. You guys let me know what you think. I think we're on to something, ladies and gentlemen. See you back next time. Bye.